See 'em? Well, open your damn eyes in. It's the old-timey country down-home red state update podcast and them. Coming to you from a bunker underneath Jackie's Market in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And here they are, both of them.
Hey, welcome to Red State Update. My name's Jackie Bros.
Folks, friends, colleagues, family members. Jackie, you got any family members that listen to this?
Relatives, yeah. None that I know of, no.
What's the difference between relatives and family members? Well, you have to correct me on every little thing I do.
It's just how you want to say it. Relatives.
I said it how I want to say it, and then you said it the way you want to say it, ruined what I meant.
I don't think it helped or hurt one way or the other. I don't think anybody give a damn.
That's probably true. This is Dunlap. Welcome to Red State Update, the podcast for you, our friends and colleagues, family members.
Relatives, family.
I knew you were going up.
Either or. It's the same thing, but people say it different. So that's, it's fine.
That was a test and you failed it.
What test?
I tested you on if you had to jump in on every little thing I do.
I'm tired of doing this because it's test after test after test. First off, before you even start hitting the button to record, you got to test the internet. Oh, is it working? Hello. You test the internet. Jackie, and it takes me 45 minutes to figure out which button to hit to test anything. And then I got to read numbers back. So by the time we get to talking, we should be done with damn test. I'm tired of it.
You know who has to keep taking tests? People who fail tests. If you start passing them, then you eventually get to where you don't got to take no tests anymore. If you just fail them all the time.
It's a computer that's failing it. I don't know how to take a computer test. You hit the button, the computer's taking the damn test, not me. If a computer fails, what am I supposed to do about it?
Jackie, you're right. People don't want to hear bickering first thing on a podcast. They want to hear friendship and camaraderie. Well, this is a Ted Lasso generation.
Wow.
They don't want us at each other's throats. They want us bipartisan, reaching across the aisle. That's why Joe Manchin is so popular today. He wants to bring the country together, Jackie. He doesn't want us.
Yeah, you tired of fussing and fighting? Let's come together. Nobody's doing anything. Nobody's getting anything done. Unless, the rescue thing. I did that. But they didn't have no help doing that. But everything else from that point on, from here on out, we got to come together, work together. That's what old Joe Manchin from old Senator Byrd. Remember Senator Byrd?
Was he an actual Byrd? Is this somebody?
No.
Was he here in Murfreesboro?
This ain't local politics. No. This is
somebody pointed out, and I'm sorry, I forget which one of our genius, brilliant listeners and / or Patreon subscribers tell us things. I should do more preparation at the beginning, but I'm just write down like, oh, he said if we wrote down everything funny people said in our comments and stuff, we wouldn't have to say anything. I just read, and then he said this, and we go, he's good. And then she pointed this out, and yeah, she's smart. Anyway, somebody said we have a lot of birds on this show. Birds of Christmas.
Oh yeah,
Mayor Ghost Hurt Bird.
It ain't just this on this. It's the whole world. There are birds everywhere.
That's true. Once you start looking for birds, you see them everywhere you go. The sky.
Yeah, in the sky or on a, wire, fence post, they're everywhere, yeah.
So was this like a Disney character, Senator Byrd? Was he like what era of Disney? It depends, I guess. But no, I guess the most, no, I don't know. The one where old men... Wait. He's not Disney. He's not cartoon. No. He's the guy who was in the Klan.
Years ago. That's Song of the South era Disney.
I see.
Before, he was a Democrat that came around, got better from what, by all accounts, and he was there the longest that anybody ever was around. So I guess that's Disney, like Mickey Mouse or whatever. Longest time senator been around. But anyhow, he was old school, not talking Klan old school, but old school Senate, how it worked.
Right.
Come together. He old enough to remember when people actually did stuff together years and years ago. Of course, he'd been dead a long time now, too. But he's the one with Joe Manchin, the governor, that he was already talking to his good buddy, Senator Byrd, and he looked up to him, asked you what you call mentor or whatever it is, a mentor. And he said, I won't do it like Senator Byrd.
Well, we got white people.
When he was a Klan member, but when he was working for good in the city. Way after.
I got Senator Byrd famous statement on bipartisanship. When I got out of the Klan, I realized the only way forward was that we had to get white people in the Klan and white people not in the Klan to work together in the spirit of bipartisanship to chart a path forward. God bless America. I think that's a famous Senator Byrd saying.
Yeah, something like that. But not making any excuse for him, but, he was a senator for so damn long, in the Klan, out the Klan, whatever, the rage was at the time, he lived through it, I guess,
And that's what Joe Manchin said. That's why, because Senator Byrd, his mentor, former Klan member who I know I sound like a Republican saying Senator Byrd, the Klan guy.
Oh, it's true.
I know. Democrats used to be against Lincoln. Did you know that, Jackie?
Years ago, yeah.
That's what they say. I do think he's not going to vote for the Voting Rights Act to help black. I just don't think Senator Byrd, maybe even when he was in the Klan, he might have been like, well, shit, that goes too far. I don't know. I don't want to speak for Senator Byrd or anybody in the Klan, honestly, but I don't know how that he says specifically that will not bring election overhaul bill, the wrong piece of legislation to unite the country. I mean, I guess integrating schools didn't unite the country either.
No.
But in the short term, long term, helping black people is good. I don't think anyone would argue with that. If you're senator in the United States, I think part of your job is to help black American citizens. I think it's part of your job.
It's supposed to be. Yeah, it should be.
It's supposed to be.
I don't know how you helping,
I mean, we say that now, but in a couple of years, Republicans may be saying, no, people voted for me. They basically say that now. Yeah. Here's what they say. They say, people didn't vote for me to come here, and people voted for me to blah, blah, blah. But we know they mean not help black people. But in a couple of years, they may just be saying, people, Joe Manchin may say, people of West Virginia, is that where he's from? Yeah. Did not vote for me to come here and help black people. They voted for me to come here and unite the country. This is where I get confused.
They're hardly saying that now. Well, of course, you ask them now, and they said, no, all these changes we're making, all of a vote, this is to help black people. This helps everybody. We know it's a fair and safe election. This is for this ain't for white. All Americans are doing better. Sure, it's going to be a lot more difficult for people of color to get to the polls in their community and whatnot. Yes, but ultimately it's going to help them as much as it is everybody else. I think that's their attitude. What they're saying anyway. The lip, moving, saying that, whereas just keeping people from voting.
Yeah, not upsetting white people, and when black people vote, white people get upset. So that's the Joe Manchin. I guess that's what he learned from Senator Byrd. I don't know. He's the one throwing Senator Byrd out. I don't want to throw Senator Byrd under the bus, but I mean, he's the one that brought it up. Now he's basically saying that. So,
well, I don't know if he necessarily come out and said that recently. I'm doing this for Byrd. It's just everybody that knows his history and knows about him, and he's been in the Senate for a while. They know that that's who he looked up to. I don't know if he come out and said, I'm doing this because of the senator. Yeah, I don't think he said that. I think that's just people coming to get putting two and two together, saying, oh, okay. It still don't make any sense to me at the end of the day. First off, it ain't like it used to be. nobody comes together to do nothing. There are Republicans running out there right now taking credit for the damn thing the Democrats passed for the rescue plan. They all voted against it. Same thing will happen when they eventually get infrastructure. That'll eventually get done. That's too much money involved now. They're going to do that. Everybody needs a little bit of that money. They're going to do it. But you watch, sure enough, I don't know if any of them going to vote for it, but they're sure their state when the jobs start coming in, if it works out like it's supposed to, damn right they're going to take credit for it.
And once Republicans rig it all so that no Democrats can ever win office again, or if they do, they'll just overturn the results, or they'll just deny that it happened and have a bunch of armed rednecks escort the elected Democratic officials. When this happens in the next couple of years, Joe Manchin can just hop over to the other side. I'm sure he'd be real welcome with Republicans. He's helping them do all this.
He's already real welcome with Republicans right now.
Well, I guess as long as America is united in its denial that 1/6 was anything bad, and that Trump is the rightfully elected president, and as soon as he gets in there, has Trump been thanking Joe Manchin? I know he's been doing his little show again. I guess they opened that up. They opened up.
He's doing the new shows, yeah. He's been practicing. He's been practicing his new show at weddings, and now he's been out of the limelight for a little bit. Can't get on the computer or nothing. And so, yeah, from what I understand, he's been going to wedding here, wedding there, trying out new material. Actually, it's not new material. It's pretty much the same old jokes. I don't see what's new about it because he's just saying, I won. Mm-hmm. Cry baby, same thing. Victim, I say he always done. But anyhow, I guess he thought it was ready for the road. So, yesterday he went up and talked somewhere. I didn't look at it. I don't know. Didn't nobody run it live. I hear that, and people saying, well, he ain't what he used to be because Fox News ain't even running it live no more. But it'll all get on there eventually, won't it?
I mean, we're talking about it right now.
Yep. It's going to get wherever it needs to go. Yeah.
I don't know what he did either. I just know he was back out there.
It's the same damn thing. What do you think? What are he doing? I know what he did. I don't need to read to know what it. Guess what? The president spoke last night. Oh, what did he say? What the hell do you think he said? Same bull hockey he said to get for an insurrection. I don't understand. The Republicans, I don't mean to get back in this, but, maybe we should reference it every now and then to remember that they squashed an investigation that would look into what happened. First off, everybody knows what happened. It was on TV. Everybody saw it. They saw leading up to it. They saw it happen. So sure, we need an investigation. Sure. But, I mean, we know why they don't want one. But when he does it again, and they're going to try to have an investigation of that, where they go to shut that one down too? I guess so. He gonna keep doing what he's doing, and they're gonna keep covering it up or trying to cover it up, and everybody knows he ain't covering it up. To me, it just seems like that ain't a good plan politically. But of course, in these days of politics, the hell of politics. If we're gonna be another civil war, I guess hopefully we win.
Pence said that he and Trump will never see eye to eye on what happens on.
Well, that makes sense. I didn't see eye to eye on that. Yep, but Pence now on July, he come out and said, "Don't see eye to eye, never will on what happened on the 6th," which of course makes sense because Mike Pence didn't want to get hanged, whereas Trump sent a bunch of insurrectionists in there to hang him. So that's not saying eye to eye for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, they may never work that out.
Yeah. But everything they did up to that point, though, good job. We did great. I'm so thankful we were able to do it. Who is Pence saying this for? Like, why did he get up? I know it's at a fundraiser thing. Where the hell? We ain't going to see eye to eye. I mean, don't nobody see eye. They still want to hang you. It don't matter whether you see eye to eye. Who are you thinking you going to run for president? What are you trying to do?
You don't think people would vote for Mike Pence?
I mean, if I had to, maybe they would, but I don't know.
No, listen, he's running. He was talking in New Hampshire. Here it is, speaking at a Republican dinner. This is AP Thursday in the early voting state of New Hampshire, giving his most extensive comments to date on the events of January 6th. As I said that day, January 6th was a dark day in the history of the United States Capitol. Thanks to the swift action of the Capitol Police and federal law enforcement, violence was quelled.
Yeah. For you, in a way. For you, yeah. They didn't get to you, yeah.
You know, President Trump and I have spoken many times since we left office. Uh-huh. Okay, first of all, doubtful. And I don't know if we'll ever see eye to eye on that day. This was a good dinner. Just watching, like, Pence up there squirming, and he's not even being interviewed. He's like making himself squirm just by talking, and you're trying to eat some chicken.
No, he giving it himself his own gotcha questions.
That's just because it just recount. If you're a Republican and you just recount reality, it's a gotcha question. Like you can't even get through the sentence. Like on January 6th, nothing happened, but it was terrible, but Trump is still president. Like you can't make all that work. At some point, people are like, what? Even Trump supporters.
As long as you get to Trump is still president, they don't give a damn what come before that. If you get to that last, that last statement, that's going to play 70% Republican Party. Whatever dance you got to get to, however many cyber ninjas you need to hire, whatever it is, as long as it gets to Trump still president, they all right with it.
A dark day that was fine, and Trump is president. You're right. They don't notice the words that come before. Oh, but here's Trump. Former President Trump on Saturday said it is too soon to tell if he would tap former Vice President Mike Pence as his running mate if he launches a bid for the White House again in 24. Well, I don't know. It's really too soon to tell. I hate to do Trump. We're giving him too much attention already, although he may actually, take over the country and throw us into camps. But certainly we had a very good relationship. I was disappointed with Mike on one thing, as he understands, and some other people understand. But wow, you know what? I don't miss reading what he said at all. You'd think that'd be funny to read, but it's just not. But overall, I had a very good relationship with Mike, and he's a very fine person and a fine man. And when asked if they still had a good relationship, Trump said, I think we do. Again, adding that he was disappointed with Pence on one account. I was disappointed on one account, but that was a choice that Mike made, and I want people to make their own decisions, and he did. And, Mike and I had a good relationship. We continue to have a good, but it's too early to be discussing running mates, certainly. Yeesh.
You think Trump going to let, if he's alive and well, or, alive, whatever he is, he going to let Mike Pence get the nomination?
No, you don't let people you're sorry are alive still get the nomination. When you could have the guy calling for a coup, like in Myanmar, or Myanmar, like the guy in the asking the question said, you get Flynn, get the coup general. Why would you get the guy that slipped away somehow past your angry murder squad when you could get the guy is calling for more murder squads? The coup general, get him. Get or Nikki Haley. The coup general or Nikki Haley, I don't know.
Flip a coin, yeah.
There's a lot of people from bloodthirsty coup generals to Nikki Haley really wanting this gig. They want this gig, or they at least want him not to be mad at them when they run themselves.
Yeah.
How can you imagine things being bad enough in your life that you want to be vice president under Trump? First of all, even with Secret Service protection, it's it's a dangerous job.
Especially
unless you go along with everything. You either go along with everything he says, and there's a chance you go to jail, or you can stand up to him occasionally and still almost get hung. What kind of, rather work for Scott Rudin? What kind of job is the worst? Why are they letting him be in charge of their party? This sounds like a nightmare.
But he's already...
I don't want to victim blame, but why? At some point you're like, what, can't you quit?
He lost him the White House, the Senate, and the House. He's our man. I don't understand it. They don't know what the hell they're doing. Some of them are scared because they wasn't just Pence that's going to hang. There's a few other folks, especially now. Since that time, they just added to the list. Pence probably still at the top, but I mean, some people don't want. Hell, I gotta go home. My constituents be waiting outside my house with the news, everything else. We got to go with him. I guarantee you, some of them like that scared hell. Some of them are idiots and believe, are waiting for the report from the cyber ninjas. There's some of them in office are idiots, and there's a lot of them. It's just they know better, but this is it. This is what it is. If it comes down to it, I hope if there's going to be a civil war, if there's going to be a big insurrection, I just want to be on the right side of that, or literally right. It don't make any sense otherwise, because the more you get with him, the more he gonna dig deeper and deeper and deeper. He gonna be indicted. They're gonna be that's all coming up. He gonna get worse and worse, and the worse it gets, it seems like the harder they cling to him. So I don't understand it. I don't know what it is.
Well, in 2 years he'll be fine, Jackie, because that's when Facebook's going to let him back on, and everything. I'm assuming they've just run the numbers. And they're like, oh yeah, 2 years, this will all be okay. I mean, I think 2 years is I know change is not easy, especially when you're a 70-something-year-old man, so hated that people think you put your pants on backwards. I don't understand. Look, I know he doesn't always make sense, and sometimes he does seem tired and have to have two hands for water. And I know they went after Joe Biden on the senility stuff all the time and turnabout's fair play, all that stuff. I just don't understand why saying that Trump put his pants on backwards is going to. That's just for us, right? That's for us to enjoy. Nobody who's saying, oh, look at him, his pants are on backwards, is thinking that's going to matter with people who don't care if he hangs the vice president. Like if he sends his goon squad in to just kill a bunch of senators. And like, they're not going to be shit. His pants are on back. I don't know. Tony, look at this. Does it look like his pants are on backwards? I don't know if I can break into the Capitol and kill people on behalf of Mr. Backwards Pants. I got to rethink I got to take some time. Now they'll start wearing their pants backwards. They'll tell us our pants are backwards.
Yeah.
They'll throw us in jail for having our pants on backwards, where we can put our dick through a zipper.
Right.
I mean, or however women wear pants. I don't know. I don't want to make it all about male pants and dicks when there was an important. See, I ruined it by saying dick. I was really doing. I mean, I could have got a column in New York Times, maybe just real pundit stuff. And then I said dick, and I made it all about dick pants instead of everybody pants.
All right, enough.
But just saying dick is enough.
More than enough.
I had some real good points.
Stop.
Anyway, speaking of dicks,
hey,
that guy that broke into Nancy Pelosi's office selling pictures of him with his feet up, which I think is illegal for several reasons, but I imagine he ain't selling that many. Some of this is just for us to get outraged about. But I think you can take a temperature of where the country's at, and that there's people wanting to buy pictures of that man with his feet up on Pelosi's desk. If there are,
they know he's helping out his legal fees. He needs some help with paying lawyers. So somebody gave him that suggestion, or he thought it up himself, or whatever. So what are you supposed to do? You can't go on, what do you call it, Kickstarter or GoFundMe. You can't. They won't let you do that because you're a criminal and insurrectionist that tried to overthrow the government. Probably a wise decision for the platforms to make. So what? He got no options left. That's all they can do is sell pictures.
You're right, Jackie, because people won't even read Trump's blog. So I'm imagining a lot of people are not buying the picture of the foot desk man. Trump had to shut his blog down. That's why, and Facebook says he can get back on there in 2 years, probably. So he's really gonna have some stuff saved up for 2023.
For months leading up to the damn insurrection, he lied and lied and lied and lied and lied till he got to the day, and then all hell broke loose as the entire world witnesses. What? How is 2 years going to make it? I mean, unless he's more senile or crazy than he is now, I don't know. Like, how is that going to be in it? He's going to do the same thing over and over again, no matter where it goes, no matter where his show's doing at the time, no matter what computer he's on, no matter none of it. He's going to do the same thing over and over and over again till probably somebody gets killed. You get to how many people died in the insurrection? There's five lives lost, I believe, altogether. So get 5 people killed, 2 years. I don't know, Facebook jail. I'm trying to figure it out in my head.
Yeah, how many people you can? It's hard to figure out. You're never going to figure out a weasel company because they weasel around.
Yep.
You can be like, so I guess you can kill this many people equals this many months. You're like, well, no, it depends on how I want to weasel my way around it. Even with the Supreme Court of who decided Trump can be back on there in 2 years, the Supreme Court, or are they changing I don't care. Also, there was a time where, like, if MySpace had said, we're letting Trump back on in 2 years, 2 years, there would have been no more MySpace. Trump be back like, wait, this is all about music now? And then like 2 more years, it's like, you can't even find it. Online, you type it in, it's like, it ain't even here. But Facebook somehow has avoided all that. We all keep thinking like, it's going to Friendster out and living in the past. They've got everything working for them. It's amazing how Democrats and Republicans hate them, and they're still managing to weasel their way around everything.
All of it, yeah. Well, Matt Gaetz said he's had enough of that high tech, Matt Gaetz, accused of child sex trafficking, that one.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And he don't like big tech companies. He's saying, we got a Second Amendment. We need to, I hope it don't come to that, but you let them know that we got guns. I mean, he essentially saying that. He's out there, him and Green have got a little show. Trump still got a big show. I guess the Gaetz and Green shows are doing a little better these days, from what I understand. But their little traveling show gets wilder and wilder as it goes on. Of course, as it goes on, the deeper and deeper mess he seems to get. And I think they're looking at obstruction of justice, which, how can you not obstruct? If there's anything you learn, anything at all from your mentor, remember we talked about mentor Byrd. Now, Gaetz' mentor is obviously the former president, Trump. If there's anything you learn from your mentor more than getting away with obstructing of justice, then I don't know, you didn't learn nothing. That's the main thing you get out of that man. Certainly riling people up into a violent mob, yes, that too. But yeah, obstruction of justice. So yeah, Gaetz, I guess, would call people on the phone saying they're coming after me. Remember when I took you, if he was talking to the girl, whoever, who knows who he talked to? But he trying to cover it up and everything else. We'll see if he gets away with it. I don't know. I just don't remember a time when, sure, there's lots of horrible Democrats and horrible, but I just don't remember a time in politics where you were accused of taking underage children across state lines for prostitution. Why you still, just being accused of it, you used to like do something at least, take him off a committee or something. But now it's like they don't even talk about it. McCarthy, you get on Twitters or whatever, he's still talking about Memorial Day. He ain't got nothing else. Put up pictures of him over there walking Normandy. He does all and on. That's all he got to say. He don't got to say nothing about child sex trafficking. Don't got to say nothing that he's going out of his way to destroy the democracy that all of them men gave all for. It's like what do you call it? Trolling. It's like he's using the damn Memorial Day. All those live giving. The only thing I do for Kevin McCarthy is to troll people on Twitter. That's what he gets out of Memorial Day. Make me sick to my stomach.
He's just getting his steps in over there. I got like 15,000 steps walking around Normandy Beach taking pictures to troll people with. Gaetz, how do you, what if you're already not respected, known as a lowlife, and only liked by the worst people in the world who will, it's been proven, believe anything. You just tell them, you didn't do it, or that they're just trying to get me. Like what? Sometimes something comes out, something about John Edwards running for president. Like, oh no, like there's a fall. Like there's no fall for Gaetz. He's already at the bottom. So all this stuff is just like more bottom.
He started there, yeah.
He started at the bottom. Now we're here. Jackie wanted to talk about a man who most recently met with Trump on April 21st. A man named Jeff Brain, who's a tech CEO who helped organize buses to go to the January 6th insurrection. A lot of this stuff is like, oh, why are they still doing that? Like, he's trying to sell pictures of his feet on the desk. Get on OnlyFans in. But this guy, some of this adds up to terror. For me, like actual terror, like terrorist terror, and just like being scared of everything that's happening. And this is kind of falls in the middle where I'm not sure. Trump met Jeff Brain, who organized buses to the Capitol at Mar-a-Lago, but I'm sure he meets a lot of people at Mar-a-Lago. Still, I don't know if they're just trying to get the reservations in for August. But the man's name is Jeff Brain, and this is what makes me think it's not that serious. Like, do we know he's a tech CEO, or did he just show up at the White House and go, hey, I'm here to see President Trump. My name's Jeff Brain. Trump gets kicked out. He's at Mar-a-Lago. Like, oh, Jeff Brain's back. Oh, Jeff Brain, he's a smart guy. Brain. Back in January, he's like, hey, you think you can get some buses for my goons? And like, what? My name's Jeff Brain, ain't it? I think I can handle some buses. But is this just a guy who made up his name because he knew that Trump would think he was smart?
If you out there waiting to get in, and they say sign in here and take a seat, put Brain on there because it made Trump like, Brain, you say? Skip on down to Brain. Get him in here, yeah.
I need some fresh ideas. Where's Brain? I guess, Jackie, if you look at it, then I guess maybe if we wanted to get in to see Trump, which I'm not saying we do.
No.
I mean, the man, I don't want to hear him. I'm already scared enough he's going to get back in the White House before summer. I don't need to hear him say it too. Hearing him say it may actually make me less scared of it. Man, I can't believe we're still talking about this. If we wanted to get in to see him, I probably would say, hey, we're here to see Trump. Oh, what's your name? Mattress Piss. Jeffy Mattress Piss. I think you'll want to see me.
It's Jackie Bro still on here. Hope y'all still listening.
Are you?
I think some of them are. I don't know about everybody.
Hello. No, we do appreciate every last person who stuck with us through this podcast today and over the years, going back all the way to when did we first start this stuff, Jackie? 1978?
Something like that. Yeah. I can't think of anybody, if you enjoy listening to us and we appreciate y'all listening to us, if there's nobody you'd rather watch democracy die with, then please come back every week. We'll all go down together, right?
Yep, that's exactly it. Billy Joel said it best in that song where he goes, "We'll all go down together. We'll all go down together here on the Red State Update podcast." And folks, if you want to pay for the privilege of hanging out with us while democracy dies, you can get 20 extra minutes on a podcast called 20 Extra Minutes with Jackie and Dunlap over on patreon.com/Red State Update. For $5 a month, you get every week-ish when we do this, we do another one that goes on for 20 extra minutes. And often we don't talk about democracy dying over there.
No, we don't get into that. So if you want some more
you're
of
still
that,
hanging out with us while it does.
Yeah, it's happening in the background. Nothing you can do about that. Can't get in the time machine, go somewhere. Can't, get Joe Manchin to sign on helping people vote. So, I mean, it is what it is. But, yeah, it's always going on. It's in the, what do you call, peripherals.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Last time over there, it was our 150th one of them. And I want to thank everybody. We got a few more people sign up over there and the folks that are always over there. Some people just give us $1, and we really appreciate that. We got some more folks sign up for $1. And again, listen, folks, if you're just here listening to this, I don't want you to think we don't appreciate you. I feel I don't need to say that every time because I think at this point but I do want to say, I appreciate you for listening to this free one, hour long. And then some people after this still go over and listen to even more. So I appreciate everybody. I appreciate you, Jackie.
Well, I'm here listening to you right now, so I'm sort of listening, yeah.
So over there last time on 150th episode, we watched the television movie 1983, Living Proof, the Hank Williams Jr. story.
Yeah.
We talked about it. Watch the movie. Go over there. There's some news articles over there about we found looking up stuff about Living Proof. There's a story about Hank Williams Jr. impersonator, not the kind you see at Branson, but the kind who tries to steal private jets. A lot of good stuff over there if you are into things about Hank Williams Jr. and unpacking his troubling what do you call it? I was about to say heritage, but I guess you could say heritage. Legacy. That's what I was trying to say. And heritage. We're all unpacking our troubling heritage. And Jackie.
We should mention they're also unpacking Bedford Forrest out of the ground. They're moving him, remember, in Memphis, right?
Oh, yeah. Where are they moving him to? The state capitol?
Probably put him up there. And like your statue ain't
enough.
All right, we'll make a deal with you. We'll take his statue out and we'll bring his damn mummy, prop it up in here.
I want somebody to bring him. I need to get somebody over at Vanderbilt, whoever's working on bringing dead things to life. They got to have a department that does that. And attach some electrodes, a kite to this motherfucker. I want him. I want Nathan Bedford Forrest walking around talking about uniting the country and making sure that it's the right bill for the right time and talking about running over protesters, but in a non-racial way.
Well, I always back in movie, a zombie come up out of the ground. Remember, made Nazi zombies. They do that a bunch. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Nazi,
mm-hmm.
Yeah. I hope they don't do that with Klan.
Now it'd be bad. You'd be walking around like, oh, the Klan zombies. It'd be terrifying for a bunch of reasons. And I'm not downplaying anybody's reasons. I'm just an additional reason with Klan zombies up out of the ground for white folks be like, that's my grandpa. Shit. And he'd be like the Klan zombie grandpa be like, Jeremy, Like, no. A lot of unwanted reunions is what I'm going to say. If the Klan rose up out of the ground, people are like, shit, I'm related to a lot of these Klan zombies. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. They don't even want you to learn it in school, let alone zombie walk around hollering your name. Yeah.
Yeah, how would they deal with you can't even learn about the 1619 Project, like Klan zombies up out of the ground. They'd be like, I don't know. This is obviously Antifa. So that's Patreon. That's one way y'all help us keep this podcast going over at patreon.com/Red State Update. But another way y'all help is by listening to the local advertisements on this show. And by local, I mean here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, the geographic center of Tennessee with its beautiful, softly rolling green hills. Folks, if you ever find yourself down this way, there's so many businesses you're going to want to check out. And we try to talk about them and let people know where they can swing through and get some of that good Murfreesboro commerce.
A lot of good Murfreesboro commerce. Before we get off this show, I just want to say that real quick before we get into our sponsors. I know we got to do. It's real important. The difference between a mummy and zombie. There's two different things, right? Two different monsters. Maybe on 20 minutes we can figure out the difference because we ain't got time to do it here. But I guess I can do it real quick. It's just Egypt, right? That's the only difference, location.
Yeah, I guess so.
Zombie come from everywhere, no matter where you're at. Any old graveyard will do. Mummy could just come from, right? So is that?
I guess you're right. So if there was a zombie okay, so a mummy could come to life, curse a mummy. Yeah, it's just for like 20
it's the same
minutes.
thing. He's still, a dead man getting up, walking around, woman, whatever, person, get up, walk around.
Sometimes dogs.
Yeah.
They buried the dogs in there.
Buried the dogs and cats and everything else in there, yeah. But it's just the only difference is one live in a pyramid and the other one to live in a regular house. That's the only difference.
So if there was a zombie outbreak, say, did they do this in World War Z or something, or Zack Snyder, where there's a zombie, because there's a pyramid in Las Vegas. I don't know if there's any actual mummies, but if zombie outbreak hit Egypt and got to the mummies, then would they be mummies or zombies? If mummies come to life because of a zombie outbreak, then is that a mummy or a zombie?
First off, it don't matter. It don't make any sense why it happens. Curse, meteorite, whatever it is, you're getting up out of the ground and walking around. The reason don't make it different. So does a mummy have to be a curse? Is that the only thing that'll do it?
I'll be honest, I ain't seen enough mummy movies to really know.
Tom Cruise, there's a very good lady mummy in that one.
They're supposed to make a bunch of them after Tom Cruise, and I guess,
wait for him. I never did get to see none. I figured, okay, because at the end, I don't know, we should call sports alerts. He's a mummy at the end. I said, well, now it's going to get good. Nothing against the lady mummy. She was fine.
What? Wait. Is that true?
He got, at the end
Listen,
of it.
and that is a spoiler, but I think that's a spoiler that's going to make more people want to see the movie. So you're saying
riding off in the desert and like, okay, now he's a mummy power, whatever the hell it is, leaving the
mummy power.
Come out of her body, went in the his. And then at the end, I said, well, the next one's going to be good because the mummy going to be running or whatever, hanging on the airplane, whatever it is. All the stuff he did in this mummy, same thing.
People get vaccinated.
He wasn't a mummy. He fall off an airplane, everything else like he normally does. Run. That's what he does. He run and jump out of airplane. And that's fine. Everybody got to have a thing to do. But I was ready for the next one. They said, well, they ain't going to make no more of those. I said, well, it'll waste the money making that one, I guess.
That's too bad. I would like to say, I did not know that's what happened, Jackie, and now I got to go back and watch it. It's been a long enough time. I think it's time for a reboot, except I think they give them over to Bloomhouse. And Bloomhouse making them horror movies.
No.
Well, I think they're gonna do Monsters. They did Invisible Man with the Madman woman.
Oh, I like that, and that scared me. I didn't know. Invisible Man used to not scare me. I thought it was silly, and I saw that new one. I said, well, hell, that scared me. Yeah, that's the best. That's the best one, I guess. Then
can't they still bring back a Tom Cruise mummy? And I still can't get over that. I can't believe I didn't know that. Folks, I hope we didn't ruin nothing you had planned to watch tonight. But to me, if I didn't know Tom Cruise was a mummy at the end of the Mummy, I'd be like, I got to watch a fucking mummy now.
Hey, don't say it in language.
Do they wrap? Because I can also see him all wrapped up in them bandages.
No, she ain't.
And then with the sunglasses on, and I guess that makes him Invisible Man.
That's Invisible Man. Invisible Man, it not dead. He just wrapped up. Now, mummy, regular zombie have just clothes, old clothes or whatever. Some of them ain't got no clothes. Nazi zombie wake up, they still got the Nazi hat, the uniform, whatever on. And mummy, like wrapped up all the time. Not Tom Cruise mummy. That she looked like a monster, but I don't think she's all wrapped up. Old mummy wrapped up. Of course, that's what I thought a mummy was. He wrapped up. Come from Egypt. Well, that's our extra 20 minutes. We appreciate the $5 you give us. Thank you kindly. Oh, wait, no.
We didn't talk about Columbo, so.
All right. Well, save something, man. That'd be good. Him against the zombie right there. That's what, yeah. You swap out Columbo with what? Night Stalker. Both of them good. I like both of them. But trade them out. That's a good show for a little while. Swap them back and forth, all I'm saying. All right.
Gavin MacLeod.
That's not Stalker. Gavin MacLeod. I like him. I like
No. Gavin MacLeod is Love Boat.
Oh, he passed away. I'm sorry. Who am I thinking of? Night Stalker. What's his name?
Darren McGavin. Darren McGavin. That's him. Not
Darren McGavin. Not Gavin MacLeod.
Yep.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Love Boat. Yeah. He's on a lot of stuff, though. He on Mary Tyler Moore show something else before that. On and on.
He was our last bald actor.
No, he ain't, is he?
Was he not?
He ain't the last, is he?
I thought I saw that in one of his obituaries. And it wouldn't let people do it anymore.
Well, bless his heart for that.
Like these people you think are bald, like actual bald. Like Stanley Tucci shaves his head. Because they still need people to look bald, but they don't want to see that weakness on screen.
I see, yeah. Well, he was proud of his baldness. He didn't mind. He'd take off that captain hat. You get the glare, yeah. Well, I got something kind of special for sponsors this week. A little special. It's really a bunch of sponsors. Now, no, not a bunch of sponsors come to me and give me $25 each, but to come together is for a good cause. It's for, I don't know, Dunlap, you saying they're saying right now we ain't going to meet that deadline. July 4th, supposed to have what, 70% of country vaccinated for July 4th. So everybody go out and have a hot dog, hamburger, whatever, shoot some fireworks, whatever it is. Don't look like we're going to get there. Do you know that?
You think Biden won't cancel fireworks, you dumb motherfuckers? He'll cancel it. He'll cancel it.
He'll be
blame it on Kamala Harris.
He'll be like, you got to put your mask back on, you idiots. And you can't do no fireworks. But he is, to his credit, say think what you want, old Biden. He sure is trying to get you vaccinated. He's working hard. He's doing everything he can. There's only so much you can do where we're at here in Tennessee. Only so much you can do, Texas, Florida, but you do what you can. You do all that you can. I think we're one of the lowest in the country, I believe. Ratio will get vaccinated here in not just Murfreesboro, the whole state Tennessee. So be it, but, and we did a lot of stuff just here locally, people trying to get, things together, which, worked out in some cases, backfired a little bit. But if you didn't notice, Joe Biden, just this last week here, got up there and said, Anheuser-Busch, a Budweiser beer, Still Belgium, as far as I know. Isn't it still Belgian beer?
Tastes like it.
Tastes like it, yeah. Well, they're going to be giving out free beer if you get your vaccine or get your vaccination, right? Get your vaccination. There's a lot of people going to be mad at DeSantis in Florida for this. Because, like, how come I can't get me I just want the passport to get some free beer. That's it. I ain't going to show it to no cruise ship. I ain't going to show it to my boss at work. I ain't going to show it to nobody but the beer store. That's it. Can I have it? Nope. Can't have no passport. He going to get a little blowback for this beer thing here. But our regular listeners, as you come to know, now, I ain't saying they took the idea, they took it and run with it or anything like that, but if you've been listening on here and bless your hearts for it, well, thank you again one more time. You might have remembered here in Murfreesboro, local establishment, I think they've been our sponsor at least once or twice, maybe. Yeah, I think so, yeah. It's Gentleman Jim's 2, and briefly sort of Gentleman Jim's 3.5 or whatever it was. But they were giving a shot for a shot. Go down there, get you vaccinated, get you a drink. And so they were doing that. What was that? Months ago, wasn't it? Weeks ago?
It's hard to say.
Yeah. But it's been going on for a while. And I ain't saying that Joe Biden, good for him. If you're going to steal an idea, steal a good one. So good on them. Normally they may be a little upset or a little like, oh, that was our idea. It don't matter because what we're trying to do is get people vaccinated. That's all that matters. And there's a lot of people here in Murfreesboro as well as around the country doing what they can to get some people who on the fence for whatever reasons, maybe because they watch Fox News or whatever. Who knows? We don't know. Don't want to get vaccinated, but they're doing lotteries, a lot of states, $1 million a lottery, get for it, all that. West Virginia, they're giving out guns, vaccination. That's pretty smart on their end. I mean, I don't think AR-15 just hunting rifle, right? That's all they're giving away.
Hunting rifle, give away 5 custom hunting rifles, 5 custom hunting shotguns away on Father's Day, according to West Virginia Republican Governor Jim Justice. That's funny. He made his name Justice just to get a laugh.
Well, they're doing what they think they can do to get people vaccinated there, so we know. Get it done. Go get vaccinated. Do it. Please do it. Joe Biden, Budweiser, West Virginia, guns. May know that here in Murfreesboro, T-Dog Army Surplus Store. He got something good now. He's selling targets because if you get your gun, West Virginia, whatever, I'm sure somebody give us some guns right here in Tennessee. They got to be. And if they took it from West Virginia, so be it. Like I said, it's for a good cause. Run with it. Get people vaccinated. But he's giving out targets for you to throw stuff at, shoot at, whatever you want to do. And it ain't political now. It ain't political. It ain't got nobody's face, a politician on target. It's just got the coronavirus on there. You know how weird looking little thingy. It's just on there. Ain't nobody's face. Well, it doesn't have a face. It's the coronavirus has a face because it's like a mascot with Corey coronavirus. He looking mad, sticking his thumb, tongue out at you, whatever it is. and yeah, it's good. Get that coronavirus right. Get vaccinated first, and then get your free gun and your free target, and be happy that you're healthy. And so there's all sorts of stuff going on there. That's just one thing here at Murfreesboro. I tell you another thing. Daytime daycare, Marjorie over there, she's doing something pretty neat here. Now listen to this. If you get vaccinated, and your child stays at daytime daycare, you get into a raffle. You automatically go into a raffle, and the winner of that raffle, for all the people vaccinated, you get the first class ribbon award. That's right, first class ribbon award. Go in a raffle, and that's Marjorie down there at daytime daycare, and it's the first award for not being a gullible sheeple.
Yeah, Jackie.
Huh?
You got it backwards.
What is it?
You talking about Marjorie at daytime daycare?
Yeah.
Now, they're entering you in the raffle if you don't get the vaccine.
Right.
She don't want you to get vaccine. They're trying to keep people from getting the vaccine. So if you don't get a vaccine, she'll enter you into a raffle to win it's just a blue ribbon, right? Just a blue ribbon.
It's a blue ribbon, and it says for not being a gullible shaper. Okay. But they got like coronavirus, like a character. T-Dog's they got Gully, the gullible gull.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be the Gully, the gullible gull.
Oh, well, then
little
maybe
character,
he's
little mascot to make people like it or whatever. I guess it's on the ribbon. It says, "Don't be Gully, the gullible gull." But that's to not get vaccinated. All right.
Yeah, not to get vaccinated.
Oh,
we really shouldn't do commercials for people to not get vaccinated.
Well,
I feel like we're not.
I got it mixed up. I'm sorry. I don't know why it's in with the rest of this. It don't make any sense. Maybe they got it confused too to write it down here. Never mind.
Are we sure that T-Dog wants you to get vaccinated? I mean, he could go either way, honestly, depending on what day you talk to him.
Well, that's true. Well, as far as I can tell, is get vaccinated, you get a free. But you're right. That could change next week for all I know.
If he had if he had a connection with the gullible gull, I don't know. They got a lot of anti-get vaccinated mascots coming. At first, there was a lot at the beginning. It was like, oh yeah, get vaccinated, wear your mask. Look, but now I think there's a lot more with the two knights and the gullible gull. And Corey, the coronavirus, really, everybody hates coronavirus unless
that's true. Vaccinated or not, you don't. Well, if you don't believe it.
If you don't believe it,
If you don't believe it. Yeah, well, of course, if you don't believe something you see, it makes you want to shoot at it even more, I guess.
Well, that's true. That's Fox News.
Yeah.
Well, that one started out good, and then it got kind of depressing.
Let me clarify here. The daytime daycare is. Let's just not pretend I didn't even mention them. Let's not even talk about. If I say Marjorie again, I'll have a word to bone to pick with her.
Probably tomorrow morning there's going to be 500 people with kids show up at her door. Like I could stay home and watch it myself, but I'll just give them over to you. I'll run to the mall, do some errands. Marjorie, you're doing Lord's work. I heard you on Red State Update say don't get vaccinated. I'll enter you in to get a blue ribbon. First of all, blue ribbon. How much does that cost? Like she just give everybody a blue ribbon. Why do you have to win it?
It's a raffle. I
go down to Party City, get a bunch of blue ribbons. $3.24 probably. Now she's gonna have so much money. Maybe she'll go down there and do that, and everybody wins. Maybe she'll have a better prize, like a grill or something. You enter to win.
Either way, let's not encourage her to do it.
We should stop talking about it.
Leave it alone.
Right.
Yeah. Look, go down this week anyway. Go down to T-Dogs. If you get vaccinated, show them you got vaccinated. Get you a coronavirus. Target, go down there and get that, and never mind about Marjorie, gullible, all that stuff. Just, cut that out. Get you a Budweiser. Get in the running for that. How much beer does Biden give you?
I was just trying to find that out. I can't figure it out. Get a shot, have a beer, free beer for everyone 21 years or over. Sounds like a new band starting. But I can't figure out how much it is. Free beer. Is it just a can? Maybe you just get a can.
Well, that ain't, it's an incentive for some people, but
should I just Google that? How much free beer do I get for getting vaccinated? This is the most American question I've ever typed into the computer. Let's see here. Free beer, donuts. Oh yeah. Krispy Kreme. They're giving them away. Now they're definitely, Krispy Kreme definitely wants you to get vaccinated, right? They're not. You don't get a free donut if you don't get vaccinated.
No,
I'm confused.
No, it does. But no, Krispy Kreme, if you want some Krispy Kreme, show them you got vaccinated somehow, and they'll give you a donut. Yeah.
Okay, so Anheuser-Busch, just to wrap this up and maybe leave so you can go out and get vaccinated and get your beer. Applicants over the age of 21 will simply upload a picture of themselves What? No, this is not right.
Picture. Because you could fake that. You could fake a picture. You could like give them, that's a steroid shot or something. You don't know what nobody's sticking in your arm.
Wait a minute. Listen. Anheuser-Busch says our biggest giveaway ever will be unlocked when we reach the vaccination goal by July 4th.
Well, we ain't getting there. So they know what they're doing.
I didn't know I had to do. We should have researched this beer. We used to do a lot of beer research on here.
Well, they know damn well they can come out and say that because they know that Biden even said everybody's saying it he won't. I mean, he being optimistic. Let's try to. That's what the beer's about. But ain't nobody gonna get no free beer. If you got to have 70% of the country vaccinated by July 4th, beer gonna be sitting in the cooler. It ain't coming out.
As part of Anheuser-Busch Let's Grab a Beer initiative aimed at playing an active role in the country's recovery and making the moments we come together over a beer even better, the brewer will offer its biggest beer giveaway ever to give eligible adults another reason to get their vaccines by July 4th. When the nation reaches the White House's goal of 70%, I mean, come on, of adults partially vaccinated, okay, and I'll do it part way.
I get that first one, and that's it.
And you can kiss my ass. Anheuser-Busch will buy America's next round of beer, seltzer, non-alcoholic beverage, or other Anheuser-Busch product, inclusive of over 100 brands. Come on. To enjoy with family and friends. Adults will simply upload a picture of themselves in their favorite place to grab a beer, whether with friends at their local bar and restaurant or with family in their very own backyard. What if you're just sitting behind the wheel? Can you upload that? Like, here I am, just really at a red light, really enjoying at mycooler.com/beer to enter to receive a beer on Anheuser-Busch. I walk into any fucking bar now and get somebody buy me a beer. That's easy. I have a lot of criticisms. So I guess, I don't know. This is all confusing. I don't know if you get this now. I don't know if we have to hit 70%. Bud Light introduced the Bud Light Summer Stimmy. Man. Anyway, Jackie, were we done with the?
I'm done. I went too far on that one because I didn't even mean to bring up.
I didn't know. And I read part of a press release and I didn't get any closer to the truth. I'm sorry, everyone.
If there ever was a time to bring back Spuds MacKenzie right now, I miss that dog. No, bring him back. Like get vaccinated, whatever. He has a party.
Here's what you do. Here's a commercial. I'll walk you through it right now. Just come to me as if in a dream. There's a man sitting behind a curtain. He's got his sleeve rolled up. He's like, I don't want to do this. I know it's a Bill Gaetz. And I probably don't do nothing. I'll probably get coronavirus from having this done to me. Oh, I don't want it. And then the curtain pulls back, and it's Dr. Spuds MacKenzie.
Yeah, it's good. That's right.
And they start playing Louie or whatever they can afford. Well, they can afford Budweiser. They can afford whatever music they want. And the anti-vaxxers are, I'll stick it in me, Spuds. And that's the slogan. Stick it in me, Spuds.
You got the ladies come out in a bathing suit. Because wherever Spuds MacKenzie goes, they always I don't know if you can work that into today's world, but still,
wipe out. Well, maybe
nurses.
No, everybody's wearing Here's how you do it. Everybody's sexy and wearing a bathing suit, and by sexy I mean everyone appreciates their own body and is sexy however they look. So everybody's in bathing suits, has been all sexy, rubbing on each other, wipe out drum solo. Everybody's glistening and shiny. Stick it in me, Spuds. Spuds MacKenzie gives him the shot. All of a sudden, the person that was complaining looks 20 years younger. Free beer. Uploads a picture of himself with Spuds MacKenzie, gets a free beer, and then maybe Krispy Kreme gives him a donut.
I here's another way you go, but the time, with Michael Jackson era morphing, they become Spuds MacKenzie themselves, and then the two dogs high five themselves.
If you started a rumor that taking the shot turns you into Spuds MacKenzie, I mean, nobody would object to that. Everybody wants to live their life like Spuds MacKenzie, except for young people who don't know who that is.
Cool drunk dog.
Cool drunk dog. Stick it in me, Spuds. You're gonna black or white morph right into Spuds MacKenzie by the end of this video. Now, I guess you could play that if you just want some meaningless anti-racism music that doesn't really commit you to anything. Just play Michael Jackson black or white in the video too.
Oh yeah.
Although I don't know if you can play Michael Jackson music in commercials anymore. Although it seems like you can, honestly. Like I think we thought you wouldn't be able to, but it doesn't really seem to have slowed nobody down. Maybe they need to do another documentary.
Now we're testing something out here in a way by mentioning all this, and we didn't sit around and plan out talk about Spuds MacKenzie. But now that we put it out there and said it out loud, just like Gentleman James put it out loud months ago, could be next week where Biden's up there with Spuds MacKenzie. Wouldn't be surprised. I'm gonna say that right now. Wouldn't be surprised.
Highlight of my presidency. If he morphed into, listen, he looked like Spuds MacKenzie right now.
You put the sunglasses on him.
It's like you put sunglasses on Mummy, it's Invisible Man. You put sunglasses on Biden, he's Spuds MacKenzie. Jackie, I got a sponsor. If they don't do this with Spuds MacKenzie, maybe we come up with our own Murfreesboro party dog, and that's how we get Murfreesboro 70%.
We'll brainstorm on that. Yeah.
Murfreesboro needs its own party dog. And we might have one that I've forgotten about over the years, but if not, maybe that's how we get Murfreesboro 70%. Jackie, there is just a kind of postscript on postscript. Is that the Postmates on what happened last week? If you remember, last week we had
P.S.
Yeah. On Murfreesboro. And Sir Vax-a-Lot and Sir Mask-a-Lot fighting on Murfreesboro. Everybody kind of come together. Everybody was a winner. Murfreesboro got opened back up. We don't even know who won the fight between T-Dog, Sir Mask-a-Lot, and
the draw, wasn't it? Yeah.
Sir Vax-a-Lot. Everybody was just so happy to be throwing things at people in suits of armor. And Ralston Pulley, who owned and operated Murfreesboro's premier party boat. We got a party boat. We just need the party dog. Murfreesboro's back up and running, and they're having night fights nightly, KNIGHTLY. Night fights nightly, it says. Aunt Kim got everything. Captain Aunt Kim got everything up and running. They're actually thinking about this would be dangerous to the little boats in the other lake. What is it, Jeff? What's the name of the lake? Jeff's Lake Part 1? I can't remember. They get the other lake, the big lake. They won't go over there. It seems like they'd run into a lot of boats. But they think about trying to get Murfreesboro, trying to combine the lakes so that Murfreesboro,
Todd's Lake, Todd's Lake number one, and Todd's Lake number 2. That's where Murfreesboro's and Todd's Lake number 2. Thank you, Jackie. Yeah, he's a long-time Murfreesboro resident, Jackie Brawls. They do have one problem. The night fights were so popular, and we thought we'd come to an agreement here with Ralston Pulley, who had come to really prize his solitude on the cavernous Murfreesboro. He really had gotten to know himself, and during the shutdown, and he recognized his privilege, but he felt like he was not ready to reemerge into a world where people are eating a buffet and with slot machines pinging and everything. But he realized when he could get in the Sir Vax-a-Lot suit of armor that he felt
solitude, and he felt like he was still in touch. And even the noise of people hitting him with the rib bones, he said that was almost like putting on some white noise on your phone so you could concentrate. He said it wasn't so bad, but he said he's gotten to where he can smell the people. I said, what do you mean they smell bad? He said he can just smell them. He can sense them. He knows they're out there. So he is moving. He's resigning his position as Sir Vax-a-Lot. And Ralston Pulley, he's got a little money saved up from the big days of Murfreesboro before Cat Mate and Kim come over and took everything away from him and shoved him in that suit of armor. He's moving to Longyearbyen. Longyearbyen.
What?
Longyearbyen. On the island of Svalbard. The northernmost town, Norway. Last stop for the North Pole. You never heard of it? Longyearbyen.
I heard North Pole. I don't know what's close to it.
It's very, Jackie, he says for solitude, for dark, there's 2.5 months of darkness, but there's 4 months of permanent light. But what he's hoping is he can, take some Ambien or something, stay asleep for most of that time. It's still, there's 2,300 people there, but there's some ecotourism going on because everything is, the permafrost is like unfreezing. And now also they get rain instead of snow. So it's causing lots of avalanches. And also it's just solid sheet of ice up there.
Ah.
But so there's ecotourism, which I guess in this case, he's like, it's terrifying. Then, it's our fault. So ecotourism. If it's too many people there, he says he can just go up to the abandoned Russian mine outpost, Pyramiden.
What?
So that's his plan. He wants to get as far away as he can. I mean, yes, the reindeer and the polar bears have run out of things to eat and wander around starving and panicked. But they have a jazz festival every year. So he wants to go to Longyearbyen on the island of Svalbard in Norway. I hope maybe by mentioning this, we'll get more Norwegian listeners. And so Murfreesboro, of course, they're really in a pickle. Captain Aunt Kim is like, we have got to get somebody here to be Sir Vax-a-Lot. So they are hiring. Then I don't know what it is. Captain Aunt Kim says people just don't want to work no more. People just want to sit on their ass and take that Biden money, she guesses, because nobody wants to come out and be Sir Vax-a-Lot.
Well, Governor Lee taking that away.
I think people think they're still going to be like, if you Google, like, when's the next? They think Biden's still going to keep giving them money. See, that's the thing. They just don't, not to sound like Fox News, but people are like, he'll give it. He's going to come up off some of that. Governor Lee would block that if he could.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't know what else. Yes, you get hit with bones, but you're in a suit of armor. And it's padded with slightly mildewed old sponges. Sure. But you get Mondays off because they're dark Mondays. Murfreesboro's dark Mondays.
Rosemary Nibbles sponges.
Yeah, Rosemary Nibbles got them sponges.
Old sponge house, yeah.
That's what, yeah. And you have to provide your own suit of armor.
Where you get them at?
I don't know. I'm not in the job market. Look, if you wanted a job, you'd go out and you'd find a suit of armor. America wasn't built by people who were too lazy to find suits of armor to get a job that paid. I used to pay people in bologna sandwiches to sweep the parking lot. Don't be like you're like, $25 living wage.
I don't know where you get it. I just where you go to get one. What I'm saying, I don't know.
And then you have to pay Rosemary Nibbles a little bit to put the sponges in it. Rawson Pulley, he says, if I'm going to slip on ice, it's hard to get up, but with these sponges, you won't even feel it. If I'm going to be in a avalanche, he says, that sounds nice to me. He said, I don't know how I'd survive, but being in a suit of armor in Longyearbyen and covered in avalanche snow, he says, that sounds just about perfect. Cold, but perfect. So, folks, get your act together. You can't have everything like health insurance or, money that pays your rent, the job where you don't get hit with bones. It's time to get back to work, America. That Catman Kim wrote all this. So I'm just kind of reading here. It's time to get back to work, America. Come on down here. Bring your suit of armor. Sir Vax-a-Lot. We need to get back to night fights nightly, and we can't if Sir Vax-a-Lot is in Lung Town. I think she meant Longyearbyen.